Was there an exact moment where you realized Cocktails for You wasn't anymore a passion project, but
Yeah, when
a business? An exact moment.
when people start making cocktails for you tattoos.
What?
Yeah, I'm not joking. I think I need to check on Instagram. I think if you go on Instagram and cocktails for you, I think maybe it's to find the highlights. But
So some people got a tattoo with the
Man.
logo.
man, there's like maybe 30 or 40 of them.
No, you're joking.
You want to show the very first one?
Yes.
The very first one was most stupid one.
DayOff was born from the simple idea of a bar conversation during a day off, with the goal to understand great people, the choices they've made, and their mindset. And with this approach, we are able to split the person from the personality. If you do enjoy the work we're doing here, hit the subscribe button and become part of the DayOff podcast community. So today we have a man who turned a hobby into a business, and essentially, in simple terms, he created one of the biggest cocktail social media platforms on the planet. Well, lots of interesting insights, and if there is one thing I learned from this chat, is that with consistency and hard work, you can indeed make your dreams come true. Just watch the episode, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Haha,
Breakfast.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I need it. 1 second. I need to get. Here you go.
Yes. Eddie, welcome to your day off, brother. Yes.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Tell me something. When did you get here exactly? A couple of days ago?
Friday evening.
Friday evening.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're going back exactly?
Tomorrow, I think so.
Tomorrow?
Don't know exact time. I still wait on my flight tickets.
So your flight ticket hasn't been booked yet?
No, we are booked, but in the wrong name.
On the wrong name. Just out of curiosity, who exactly booked your tickets?
Oh, travel agency.
Travel agency.
Yeah.
Under the name of
Travel with Giuseppe.
Travel with Giuseppe.
Yeah. It says we have a 95% success rate for every single trip.
Oh yeah. That's a bad start, man.
Yeah,
That's a bad start.
I'm falling under that 5%.
That's the that's the Italian way.
And well, fucking Italians as travel, at least. You know?
You know, Italians, they should be used to traveling since we've been immigrating everywhere for the past 150 years or so, 100 years, I guess. But we still have a couple of things to learn, I think.
Jesus, that's addressed to Giuseppe.
What were you doing last night? I heard you were at 𝒟𝒏𝓙𝗙𝗙, having fun.
So last night it was a Pride Day. So we were in a parade. We had a bubbly. Then we went to what's the festival? Tons of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Tons of Rock Festival. Then check out a few cocktail bars. What's a place called? 1 second. Modo. Then I was like here.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it was actually a cool place. And then we come back to 𝒟𝒏𝓙𝗙𝗙.
Until
I don't know. I need to check.
until closing.
I need to check my. The lights went on when I left, so that's me. You guys quit serving.
Yeah, as soon
There
as
you go.
they were waiting just for you to leave, then they quit serving. Because once you leave, there is no point in serving anymore.
That's exactly what happened. That's why I left. I didn't want to put pressure on the staff
All right, very
because
good.
the laws are very strict here in Norway.
Yeah, because the laws are very strict, and because you're very aware of other people working, so you don't wanna give them too much.
Yes.
Essentially. No, you're a good guy, I know.
Okay.
But Eddie, back to the point of this episode. So there are a few reasons I wanted to have you here. One of them is because, well, everybody literally knows Cocktails for You and who you are as a professional. But before we get into the business side of things, before we talk about Cocktails for You and social media, for which you became globally famous around the world in this industry, I want to understand a little more about you.
Right.
You were born in Lithuania.
Yes.
What year exactly?
1986.
1986. Okay. And
Can I
What
say the
kind-
month and a day
sure,
so
please.
people at least can send me presents?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
30th of April.
All right. What should,
30 April.
what should people buy you for your birthday?
I can't say. It's against the law in Norway.
We can beep it. if you want.
Leave it. Champagne?
Okay. All right. No, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. I see. And do you know the time as well you were born?
No.
Since we're being so specific, you might as well just give out the time as well.
No. We celebrate for a week anyway, so
Only a week.
depends, you know?
I thought you were better than that, man.
No, I just have a friends who's celebrate. No, I have only friends who had their congratulations too late.
You have an only friends.
Actually, it depends. Actually, your celebration of birthdays depends which weekday it pops out.
I see.
Because if it pops out on Monday, then you have someone coming in on Tuesday, then someone coming on Wednesday, then on Thursday, then there's a weekend and everything.
There you go. You see, the way you said it depends on how it pops out, that was with a bit of an Irish accent. Now, is there a reason for that?
I'm living in Ireland for 16 years, 17 maybe.
Right, so born in Lithuania, at some point, we're just gonna skip the whole childhood and teenage years just for the sake of the episode. And then you moved to Ireland. How old were you when you moved to Ireland?
I think 21.
21, so quite young.
Yeah, young adult.
Young adult. Is there a particular reason you moved to Ireland?
I went to see my friends.
You went to see your friends.
I went to see my friends.
So this was like a weekend trip or
I
something.
was working on the ships that time. And on the ships, you work like a month working, month off. And when you get off of the ship, you get paid for 2 months, you know. And I went to see my friends in Ireland for a couple of weeks.
So it was supposed to be 2 weeks.
It was supposed to be 2 weeks, but I never come back.
Right. You never came back.
No.
And it's been 17 years now.
Yeah.
That's a very long time, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Can I ask you what exactly made you move country?
Don't know what is move country. I think that time is like, I don't know. I think when you're 21, you're still curious. You want to see things, and that's mean ability to have a free time to do it. Yeah, there is some triggering reasons why I went to see my friends, but question is, why did I stay? You know? And I think one of the reasons is I was 21. I didn't plan to stay. I got offered for a job. I was got offered a job to do, how long was it? 5 weeks to work in a factory.
In a factory.
For 5 weeks.
Okay. You remember what factory it was?
Oh yeah, of course I remember. It was a turkey factory. It was before Christmas. They call it Christmas rush.
Right. Okay. I see.
And it was only for 5 weeks. We just hired people for 5 weeks. And it was really good paid. I think that time I was 21. It was like a weekly pay, like a €700. That was a lot of money.
We're talking what, 2008?
2008, 2000. That was a lot of money.
A week.
Yeah.
That is
But
a lot of money.
you know what's the best part of that job?
What?
Like,
You got free meat.
no, we were like guys who were literally doing 2 hours work a day in a 14-hour shift
How did they pay you that much money?
because we did a great job.
Ah, right. So it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Quality. Here you go.
I see. That's my motto, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. We played cards.
Minimum effort, maximum satisfaction.
No, it was a lot of effort.
In 2 hours, not a lot of effort.
Oh man, well that's the only gap we had the ability to do work.
So it was, let me see if I understand this right. It was a lot about, well, the reason you moved country and the reason you stayed there was a lot about independence, wasn't it?
Right, until like this, I went to see my friends, 21, got opportunity to have a 5 week job just to make extra cash, made extra cash, and I sort of enjoyed it a little bit because it was like, because I was at 21, I was still living with my parents, and I got a little bit of a taste of freedom. You know, since you're working, you're making money, but then you have to look after yourself. And then that's why I think I tried to find another job. I got a job in a bar, and that's why I stayed in Ireland, and I got the taste of, I'd say, you get a freedom, independence, but also with it a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it's a
But it's not-
double-edged sword.
Yeah,
right?
it's like what I mean. You can do whatever you want, you can buy whatever you want, as much as you you have an income, you know?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So you can't, I mean, that's an interesting one for me, right? Because you can indeed do whatever you want, but you can't really do whatever you want because you
Yeah.
got rent to pay and bills to
Yeah,
pay.
you have to rent to pay bills, electricity, buy food, which is cool. It's for young adult. You learn a lot of things, a lot of responsibility. Because I don't know, I grew up like that way. I don't know, I would never want to ring my mom and ask for money because I failed. Because for me, it would feel a failure.
Mhm.
Now, when I think, if I would think now, 20 years after, it's a very normal thing. As a young adult, you're starting, you need a support, you need a help. But in my eyes, that time was, you know what I mean? If you leave a house and you start working and you ask for your parents for help, you know, you're sort of failing a little bit.
Were your parents proud of you for making that move?
I think my parents didn't believe
No?
I'm gonna stay in Ireland.
All right. Why is that?
I don't know. We just didn't believe because that was a very, how'd you call it? Very impulsive decision.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like very impulsive decisions. As I'm going to Ireland, here you go, bang.
But if let's say if they would have to essentially describe you, right? And your personality back in the days, how would they describe you?
We have to make a call to my mom.
We have to make a call.
You know?
All right. But would they describe you as someone who is often making impulsive decisions, or are you more of a thoughtful sort of individual?
No, impulsive decisions.
This when you were younger. Are you
Oh, yeah.
still like this now?
A little bit smarter.
A little smarter
little
and
bit
wiser,
smarter.
hopefully.
Yeah, wiser. Yeah, a little bit. It comes with experience and years.
It does, doesn't it? Is that something you learned in Ireland as well?
Oh yeah, of course. I think majority of things I learn as an adult being in Ireland. Because if you think up to 21, I was living with my parents, I started to do work, but after 21, I become independent and was literally just on my own in that perspective. So I have to learn everything myself. Good way, bad way, everything, learn from mistakes, everything. I didn't have anyone to show me or teach me. I have nowhere to go, you know?
The hard way, huh?
It's a hard way. You know one thing, if you fail, you go home,
That's right.
you know?
That's right. What's the worst thing that can happen? You go home.
You go home.
Right. And you can always go back.
But you can always go back. But when you go home, you have that feeling when you fail. It's so much nicer to go home on holidays, you know, when you succeeded.
That's right. But don't you think we as humans and professionals perhaps as well, which we're going to get to in a minute, but don't you think we as humans should also go through, these kind of failures and because if you don't go through a failure, you don't really understand what success is like and you don't really appreciate success that much.
Yeah, well,
Does that make sense?
the best quote I ever heard, and it was a really, really coolest one. It's not mistake if you learn from it. So it doesn't matter how many times you fail. It's what you take out of it. You know? So it's
Right. And I think that's a philosophy that can be applied to our industry as well.
Not really.
I think so.
Yeah, but you know when you have a hangover, you say you're never going to drink again?
Okay.
How does that apply?
Yeah.
2 days after, you see that everyone else back on a drink.
That's right. Well, I know some people who say, I'm never going to drink again, and then they don't drink
They have a deeper issues than that.
for a few weeks.
They have a deeper issues than that. When I'm not going to lie to you. How many people you know who used to drink and party a lot and then who quit alcohol to zero? How many people do you know?
Maybe I had one.
Yeah, and tell me, the reason they probably quit because they were too crazy when they were on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Here you go.
Yeah, but then they did learn something from it, right?
Yeah, sure.
The problem is that there is like 2 people out of a million. Have you ever had, how many times do you tell yourself you were not going to drink anymore?
I don't say that anymore.
You don't say that.
Yeah, with years we're getting wiser.
You decided.
Yeah, it's too
You decided to stop lying to yourself,
Yeah,
basically. What's
Well,
the
I live
point?
in Ireland.
I see. All right.
It's a part of our culture.
Which brings me to my next question.
Okay.
You have a great job. You travel the world, do a lot of events, people take care of you. What's your relationship with alcohol?
Very friendly.
Is it?
We're like a perfect couple. We understand each other. We know the limits where we can push each other. You know?
Is it just recently you learned the limits, or have you always been careful since day one?
Our industry and alcohol, I think it's a very I don't even say it's a sensitive topic, but it's a very fine line because even if you're in a drink and partying and everything, you have to feel that fine line between not to be drunk or stupid. You know what I mean? To elaborate, because there's, how do you say? There's a lot of, you can see now, well, probably on social media, if you go big events, right? If you got drunk, don't be a dick,
That's right.
Actually,
on this note, there is something that I heard about you, right? Recently, which is actually a good thing, which is Eddie, he drinks, but he never walks out of the bar as a zombie. He's always behaving himself.
Yeah,
That means you have some sort of self-control.
Oh yeah, but I always have this conversation with my mom. It's
Please tell me that conversation. I want to hear it.
so funny. My mom says, "You're always drinking. You're always drinking. You do this and you do this and you always party." I says, "Mom, have you ever seen me drunk?" And she was like, silence. And she said, "No. Here you go. Just because you see him drinking doesn't mean I'm drinking or I'm drunk."
That's right.
It's like there's never a cool thing. I was think ages ago, maybe 10 years ago, Jacob 𝒟𝒏𝓏 told me, it's maybe rude to refuse a drink, but you never have to finish.
That's right. So take it one sip and leave it on the
You
table.
don't even have to sip. You can take a glass and say thank you. You know what I mean?
But you never do that, do you?
Yeah. Huh?
You never do that, right? You never accept a drink and not sip it.
I actually, man, that's a sensitive topic.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever go in a bar and someone handle you shit drink? And you say, "I'd rather pay for
You know
something
what?
nice."
Now that I think about it, it is indeed a sensitive topic.
It's like there's certain things you don't drink or you don't like,
Hmm?
And the first thing you come in the bar, I just like give you in the hand and just like, why?
You have been, that's a very interesting one, actually. You have traveled a lot of bars. I mean, your social media platform has reached to literally many, many, many tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, I guess, over the years. It's fair to say, I think, that you've been a fairly influential individual or a figure in our industry. Hence why you've been featured for the past 3 years on the 100 best on the 100 best influential individuals worldwide.
Yeah.
You've been featured there for 3 years in a row. They
Yeah.
give you a specific page every year.
Well, we have I work with Thomas Henry, so I'm a global advocacy lead for Thomas Henry.
Right.
And every year we make an advertisement, but we do very not traditional in very fun way.
Mhm.
So the first one was like the first one we have a drink, what we called, it was a funny long story or whatever with the drink, was called Blossom Balls. And the advertisement we made didn't get to the list. Don't be sad, try some Blossom Balls. And the feedback from people, from friends, was so cool. It was like the last year guy says, "All right, let's do it again." And last year when we make an advertisement, my 𝒟𝒏𝓏 was blocked. The account was blocked. So they even made a poster. Didn't get in the list, don't be sad. Try Maloma. Even you have from blocked account blues.
Of course.
And we were in the first page.
Right.
We were in the first page, I think was a big picture of me about the list. And then you have a top two, of a list. And there's also the funniest thing about it. Do you know of the top 100 influential people, the little descriptions where they write underneath?
Yes.
Most of the people don't read them. Do you know why?
Why?
Amount of people congratulate me that time.
Yes.
Just congratulations. I guarantee that that wasn't because of the advertisement.
No. But as long as they see your picture there,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Appearances, right? Would you consider yourself an influential personality in our?
I'd say no.
No.
I don't know.
Let me just
I don't know.
define what influential is.
Influential
right?
was influences over people.
Yes, means people listen to what you have to say. A fair amount of people. Now, how to quantify that, I wouldn't know, but
Yeah.
a fair amount of people.
No, I never thought of that way. I don't know. I never liked the word influencer
Okay.
because when you say influencer, I don't know. I never liked that word. I always say
Sounds like a
traveling.
illness, influenza.
It's like a traveling bartender. You know what I mean? I like that bartender, whatever. Don't know. Never big fan of that word, but.
Okay, then I'm going to rephrase the question in a different way, but it's the same question. Do you think a lot of people listen to you in this industry or follow your lead?
They definitely listen.
Okay.
It's not about follow the lead or anything, but they listen.
All right, that's
You
good.
know, maybe it's curiosity, maybe it's something else.
There you go.
But they do, yeah.
Okay, I see. And what's your opinion on the top 100 list?
In my opinion, number top
Mhm.
100 list.
What do you think?
It's cool. It's good for some business.
For sure.
You know, I don't know. For me, it's maybe slightly different because when I go through the list, I see a lot of people already know. So it's for me, it's just to see every year where it's like a shuffle. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where are we gonna end up next year?
Right.
You know, and some who's in, who's out. So that's pretty itch.
You see, now I could approach this next point from two different angles. I'm going to approach it from the positive and good angle rather than the bad one. Do you think there is someone, a professional, who really, 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 in your opinion, should be there, but isn't?
There should be a lot of people could be on the list, but also when you look on the list, it's the list supposed to be the people who made a difference in the industry in that particular year. So just because you did something 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and 4 years ago, it doesn't mean have to
That
be
you
in a
should be
list.
there in that.
Yeah, this year it's always reflecting of what you done and what you achieved in that particular
Same
year.
goes for 50 Best and
Yeah.
all these other lists.
So don't know. I think it's a still good thing, but it's if you're on the list, is always think what you can take out of it. That's the thing. Most
Business,
important.
yeah?
Most important thing, yeah. It's if you have that extra shine of lights, you know what I mean, on yourself, it's how you take a market of it out of it and turn into something. You promote your bar, your products, your business, your brands you're working with, get extra gigs, what you can take out of it. Because if you can't take out of it anything, then it's just
Then it's pointless. It's just
Yeah.
glory.
even glory if you don't. It's only glory if you care, is it?
That's right. Jesus, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow. It's only glory if you care.
Mm.
Interesting. Do you care?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I was 1 year on the list, and then the following I wasn't, and then since we with Thomas Henry come up with the advertisement every year, I don't care about the list. I actually care what's going to be next year. It's so fun, just have a full page, having the fun, laugh, and yeah, I think I enjoy
You're
that.
getting paid for it. So
No.
yeah,
This
but
is
by
just
Thomas Henry.
yeah. Well, I
You have
work.
a collaboration with
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I work with them, so it's not like it's not like it's a paid thing or advertisement. It's actually it's advertisement. It's a fun thing as a part of the job. It's not like I'm getting paid for advertisement. We do whatever. It's a really really fun thing.
Eddie, in order to, so we've been talking about becoming influential, yes? Then we have to define what that means specifically. I'm not sure I can do that actually, but regardless, in my opinion, in order to become influential these days, you need two things. Then I want to know what you hear, what you think. So, in my opinion, you need two things. You need a product which is outstanding, whatever shape or size that product is, and then you need to know how to communicate it well, aka social media.
Okay.
Right? So, what do you think is, because I know there are many bartenders with great content, all right? Great approach, great personality, but they suck at communication on social media platforms. Is there anything, in your opinion, that bartenders get completely wrong about social medias these days?
The first thing answer to my question is, what is a great content?
Well, I'm asking you.
Because whatever might be great for you, it might be great for me. Or whatever is great for me, it might be great for Giuseppe. You know what I mean? I think the content is very personal. I think it's a very personalized thing. I think it's a cool content is if you reach wide audience and they like you. They like the content. That's maybe defined to know. So I'm doing social media maybe 16 years. I think I know everything about it. And sometimes I think I know nothing.
Yeah, because times change, right?
Everything's changing. You can go off of social media for 6 months and it will be so many changes. You'll be surprised.
But you managed to, with your platform, which is Cocktails for You, you managed to stay on the top of the game for many years.
Because you have to be always on it. You know, it's like what you're talking about, all these bartenders, they have a think. Sometimes when I see some of the creators or something, they overthink too much. You know, I always say, instead of creating a content, become a content.
Right.
Instead of creating a content, become a content. Because then whatever you're gonna do,
So brand identity.
Yeah, whatever it's like whatever is
or self-branding.
It's like, no, if you become a content, whatever you do is gonna look more authentic.
Right.
Considering if you try to make a content, because when you try to make a content, you always focus on what should I make to look. You know what I mean? Great.
Mhm.
Because when we go in the bars, right? We see these personalities, or we see people, we just love them of who we are.
We love them, or we love what they want us to see. Because that's the other side of social media, right? We don't
Oh.
really see people for what they are. We see people for what they want us to see,
Yeah, that's definitely.
right?
Yeah. My goal is, for last, let's say, whatever, 15 years, is try to be the same person online and offline.
Okay.
So
Is that
sort of,
difficult?
for me, no.
No, the reason, of course, if you're yourself, is not difficult. But the point I'm trying to make here is that online, on Instagram, there are a lot of things, you can't really say. You know what I mean? You are
They
restricted.
say you can, but you can't.
There you go,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you avoid saying them because you can't.
You can.
But there will be
No. But there will be consequences.
consequences.
Yeah.
Exactly, right.
I hate that. I think this is a most annoying part of a social media.
Ooh.
Sometimes you see the post and you would like to write your opinion, but you don't write your opinion because someone's gonna take a few words out of it and make a big
Take it out
bullshit
of
out of it,
context
out of
and-
big bullshit, or then you get an even bigger discussion. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if you have your opinion, then if you're gonna say it, then you have to get ready to explain.
That's right.
And it's gonna be never win-win because everyone has a different opinion. So.
Well, I love this topic. Let's just stay on it for just one more minute. Out of curiosity now, I have to ask you, do you get offended easily?
I try not. I try to use my favorite buttons. Block, block a person or something. Really, really rarely. I'm trying to don't look in the comments or don't, because it's pointless. I think I have a few times I tried to get into the thing and it just lost the energy in it. Now I just use funny emojis. Just reply it, eat carrot.
That's right.
Yeah,
Because
something like that.
there was a big conversation topic a few years ago. I think it's still relevant today, even though maybe a little less. The haters, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and there are all these creators complaining about having haters. And, there are two sides to this. One is, if anything, haters make you go viral even more. And the second side to this is, well, stop complaining about haters. That's the way I see it, right? Stop complaining about haters because you chose to be on social media, right? And part of being on social media is also people who come, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying factually, that's what it is. There are haters present on social media who will hate on your content, on yourself, on what you say. So if you don't like it, if it makes you feel, if it offends you, either don't read it or just get out of social media.
Man, but one thing,
Tell me.
the haters, that's your best followers.
That's what I'm saying, right?
They-
It makes you go viral even more.
They always comment, they always watch, they always talk about you. That's the best followers. It's how you manage. Look, if you're looking at some of the really cool content creators, not in the bar industry, the people who manage haters are best. They achieve the best. It's like, I don't know if you watch the media, whatever. Do you know the a massive influencer, Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Everyone hates him.
He's
Everyone
made a
hates him.
massive business out of it.
Yeah, because what he does with the haters,
He just gives
he
them
makes
more
them,
reason
gives them
to
more
hate.
to hate him. Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
and
Well-
he's a winner after all.
Of course he is. He's sitting in his pool in whatever villa he's in, whatever city in the US, sipping margaritas. So who won really there?
Yeah,
He
there you
did, didn't he? What's your relationship with haters?
go.
Do you get a lot on your platform?
No, not anymore. Yeah, you do get some weird ones. I usually don't get in. Just delete the message.
Do you pay attention to these comments?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Okay, so now is like we're gonna try to make a more maybe videos this year where I'm making a drink. But the best part of it is basically I share that we film the other bartenders. So whatever haters say, it's not addressed towards me. It's the worst thing. But there's like a lot of people that they haters, oh, you should double strain the drink, or you should hold the shaker, or you shouldn't be stacking a shaker on top of each other. It's like, fuck me. It's like, what's wrong with you? It's like everyone is just like there's no win-win situation.
Get a life.
And then if you take a white towel and everything, we think, that's us fucking IBA. Man, so what is the right thing to do? There's no right thing to do. It's thing.
I see. Okay. All right. Listen, let's talk about cocktails for you.
All right.
Is it or is it not the biggest cocktails platform on the planet?
No, I don't think so now.
Is it or is it not one of the biggest?
It's hard to know. You have to now dig it out.
Come on, don't be so humble, man.
No, it's not humble. If a TikTok is included, right?
No, let's say on Instagram.
On Instagram, okay. I'd say in Instagram, one of the biggest.
One of the biggest.
Yeah, you still
Would you
have
say it's on top 3 or 5?
top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah, because I've seen now we have a couple of flair bartenders, was close to 1 million, and yeah.
Are these considered cocktail platforms as well?
Well, sort of.
Because yours, it's purely cocktails. You just
Yeah.
showcase bartenders making
Bartenders, cocktails, yeah. Well, the Flair's account I know, you also do cocktails. You just show in a more entertaining way,
And cocktails for you started when exactly? How many years ago?
I think 2012, 13 years ago.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, man.
And
Can you imagine how I feel?
yeah, here is one thing people don't know, right? It started on Facebook, not on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
Take me through that journey.
Yeah, it started on Facebook as a personal
So
diary.
you were in Ireland.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're in Ireland.
Okay.
I was a bartender. I was doing the cocktail competitions. Remember when the Facebook was just out? It's a very personal thing.
Yep.
It's like it was very important. Who's your friends, and it's like very, very personal thing.
Like a diary.
It was like a thing. So I wanted to have another separate page, so there was nothing connected. So for other people, which is I created cocktails for you, and it was like idea is my diary. So that's because I had a sort of starting photography hobby. Then I'm going to master classes, seminars, bartender association competitions, something all related to that bartending. I would say passion. Everything was with passion about it. I was just showing that page, but it was not about the followers. It was just think it was like my cloud account where you just drop everything.
Right. So it wasn't about followers.
No.
It was more. So what was it about exactly?
It was more personal diary. So because photography was my hobby, so when I was going to cocktail competition or anywhere, or if I'm not competing, I would take pictures of people and then share my photographs on the Facebook. If I go to masterclass, I will take pictures of tasting room, whatever. Nobody asked me that time. I was just a bartender with the camera, I would just take a bunch of pictures and share it. Because I remember very, very first time I heard it in the very first tale of the cocktails. People who didn't know my name and didn't know the social media, they always remember that guy with the camera.
That's how they called you.
Yeah, because I remember I always was walking with the camera because I didn't know anyone. But I take pictures of people. I knew these bartenders and everything, and we're just sharing. And the best thing about it, I was very consistent with it. Very consistent. And then the Facebook started growing. So when the Facebook started growing and people start seeing their own pictures, in the thing, they start recognizing that, oh, it's cocktails for you. That's the guy with the camera, just slowly. And then the content will start going. It moved, I think after 2 or 3 years, it moved from the pictures more when videos kicked in.
And that's still on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand.
It was a
timings
break.
here.
I think with the Facebook, with the cocktails, where was breaking point was the breaking point when I start sharing other people content. Like sometime was at the very beginning, someone was asking me to share a picture of a cocktail, which was not in my interest. It was all about me, but also realized to run a social media account, you need a content. And then when I shared someone else's content, they asked me, thank you, man, you made my day, you blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, wow, that's cool. That's
Did you have a big following on Facebook at that time?
No, it wasn't big, but I sort of understood how it works. So you can share your own content, whatever you create as personal diary. But when you start getting bigger and you start helping to promote other bartenders, other bars, these young bartenders, they were so appreciated. It felt great, so they worked someone else to see it. And then I realized, okay, it's not just about myself, it's about like others as well. So we start building community because it was like supporting the bars. Other bartenders like me who was taking the pictures and
Just for the record, you were doing this for free at the beginning.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it was purely about generosity?
It's not generosity. It was like I'd say like this, my personal space would turn into community. And at the beginning was really, really exciting because you didn't think someone else get excited, another world, and then more stuff coming over.
And energy builds up.
Energy builds up, and then you start growing. I think more you grow, more easier to get. Because remember, like at the very beginning career, you see all these famous people. They feel they're unreachable to you. Sometimes it's hard, but the moment you start grow following and all the support, it's you can have access with them so much easier. Because that time I remember you could write a message to, hey man, I just want to share your picture with your face and write about you. You could write to 𝒟𝒶𝓎𝗢𝗙 and say, yeah, cool, here we go. If you write that with a regular account, they probably.
Did you do that to anyone?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, at the beginning.
You remember? Who?
Oh, I think, but if you scroll on Facebook in the very, very bottom,
You'll see.
you'll probably see something.
So there is still, okay, all right, hold on. This is a news, right? So there is still a page on Facebook called Cocktails for You,
Yeah.
which is the old account.
No, it's the same.
It's the same.
You just have to go
You
scroll.
just have to
scroll in a
there's a
very,
Facebook
very.
page connected with Instagram.
Yeah. Just have to scroll into very, very, very bottom.
Right. I see.
And you see a lot of nonsense content.
I believe that. So everybody, guys, go on Facebook and scroll to the bottom.
Yeah.
Nothing illegal, I hope.
No.
Okay, but
Hey, Facebook is very strict with that.
today. But anyways, at some point you made the switch to Instagram.
Yeah.
When and why?
I think that's what everyone was going from Facebook to Instagram. It was shift going on. It wasn't like switching because it was a new platform. It wasn't like I had an account created at the beginning. I didn't really post much. I had a bit of following and something, but then the switch was going on. Everyone was slowly moving to Instagram, and then what we started doing is like cocktail photography. All the cocktail pictures was going on Instagram, and all the videos was going on Facebook, because that was working really well. Videos did well on Facebook and Instagram, and then we start rolling on Instagram.
What year are we talking about, just for context? 2016, 17?
I don't know. I need to check. I remember when we started doing Instagram, me and Danny Nevsky started working together. So
16, 17,
don't know. Trying to think.
18.
Right, Danny was working with me 3 years, and we finished working together
3 years only.
Yeah, just before COVID. So what year was COVID?
2019 when it
Started 2019. So
2016.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
2016, and we started pushing Instagram, and then in the next 2 years, that Instagram was becoming really, really big. I didn't know Instagram was going to become that big.
No.
Nobody knew it.
Nobody knew.
You just jump on it.
But before that, right? So would it be fair to consider Cocktails for You at that time just a hobby?
Oh, it's always been a hobby.
Well, it's not really a hobby now, is it?
It's not really a hobby now.
It's a business.
No, but that time was like a hobby. Just
So
building something you don't. It's like it's building something you don't know what you build. Because you like, you know what I mean. Don't forget, I was bartender. I have a full bartending job. I didn't had a experience or anything. I was doing a cocktail competition, so the thing was for me learning. So I'm learning from all these people, because I remember very, very first videos what went online was a YouTube. Okay, not the first one. The ones that start booming. Remember the City Space?
No.
Was a Luca
yes,
Cinale,
of course.
Simone.
Yes.
That was a first what was like the era of a boom of the videos.
City Space.
Yeah, because before I remember, and nobody watched it. I remember the bar, Jimmy Boudreau from
Yes.
Cannon Bar.
Yes.
Yeah, he was my like inspiration. He was.
And you just brought a massive,
Man,
just
if you-
woke up a memory.
Man,
with
if you take
City Space.
if you take his videos, right, and just Boudreau, right, and share now, they're very relevant now. And that man was doing fucking 15 years ago.
When you said City Space, Giuseppe just looked at me.
But that was the beginning of, I think that was the beginning of an era what bartender can be, a showmanship, the craft, the art, to show it. It wasn't just working behind a bar. So I think that was an era where everything changed. The bartender's presence, how they look, and
Yeah, because now that I think about it, I don't remember exactly how the videos were built, but I remember there was music, there were bartenders, with tattoos sometimes, or wearing,
that's I think from
making drinks. So it's very similar to the content you put out today.
yeah, but that was
Right.
that was a mark of the beginning.
Of course.
Because mark of beginning, all these videos and everything, and the bartenders when see this thing, they wanted to recreate and make their own, Because look at how the people, like before, when you have to create the content, you have to get a videographer, and you know what I mean. It wasn't like you take a phone and set up a stage and make it like now. Technology wasn't there.
You just woke up a memory in me, man.
I know, man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that was a big years for me. That's when I think that's when Facebook was start going crazy. I remember it was a time I could post any bloody video, anything. It would just like, I remember I could just film on the phone and post it would be 80,000 views.
Easy.
Just nothing. Just you can post whatever. And 80,000. It was like, when you're jiggling with all this content and everything, that's like you look at 80,000. Like, it was like 800,000, 1 million views, 2 million views. And then a couple of videos go viral, and then account numbers go booming. You don't get paid, but these numbers like excite you,
Of course.
Yeah, so I remember that was cool.
Was there an exact moment where you realized Cocktails for You wasn't anymore a passion project, but
Yeah,
into a business? An exact moment.
Yeah, when people start making Cocktails for You tattoos.
What?
Yeah, I'm not joking. I think I need to check on Instagram. I think if you go on Instagram and Cocktails for You, I think maybe it's to find the highlights. But
So some people got a tattoo with the
Man.
logo.
man, there's like maybe 30 or 40 of them.
No, you're joking.
You want to show the very first one?
Yes.
The very first one was most stupid one. The most stupid one, and I still have it on my phone as a memory. Maybe when you see this picture, I'll say, okay, I'm influencing. Man, wait till I see this. And the man sent me a picture. Like, actually, do you know what I replied to him? This is, man, why?
Can I?
Yeah.
No, this is crazy.
Yeah, here.
Can you can you send this to us? Can you send this to
Yeah.
us?
There's actually cool. Then you see there's some cool tattoos.
But you asked why, right?
I asked fucking man why.
What was the answer?
I don't remember. It was like, fuck, man.
I want to know.
It was
No,
like-
that's something, huh?
That's where, man, it was when Cocktails for You on Facebook was booming. I'm not joking. These tattoos was not surprising anymore. They were
And
going.
you're saying, according to you, there are 30 or 40 people who have had.
Yeah.
made a
They
tattoo.
have a Cocktails for You tattoo. It was cool and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's cool. No, crazy.
I must have done something wrong with my life, but for sure I've done something wrong, man. I know I will be doing something right when someone will come up to me and tattoo the name of my school or my publication somewhere.
Cheers to that.
Salute. Okay, so the original question was there a specific moment when you realized that your hobby turned into a business? And you
Yeah.
said tattoos.
No, sorry.
But-
Not business. Tattoos was when I realized I'm influencing.
Right.
Yeah. And
So you are an influencer.
I can bite my lip.
Ah,
Sorry.
sure.
The second one, when it turned out not in the business, the realization turned out into full-time job. When you go home after work at 1 a.m. and you sit at the computer at 3 a.m. replying to messages, hey, how'd you make a 𝒟𝒶𝓎𝗢𝗙? Hey man, let me Google for you.
Easy.
Fucking
Copy
man,
paste.
I'm not joking. There's so many messages.
Yes, but I'm guessing they paid you at some point.
No.
Right? That's what. No, but at some point you got paid. At some point.
Very, very late point. Not from social media accounts.
No, but from brands or
Also
people.
very, very, very late.
Okay, do you remember the first time somebody paid you for the work you were doing with Cocktails for You? In any shape or form?
I'm trying to think what was first gig. Okay, the very first gig I remember was traveling to the bar show. I remember who was it? The Libby. Remember Libby?
No.
Libby Glassware, now we call Onis.
Libby Glass. Yes,
Yeah,
of
Libby.
course.
They were like when Kevin Goldberg used to be at the very beginning. He dropped me to he brought me over to some glassology things, to Lisbon Bar Show, but that was like free trips, you know what I mean? That's when brands bring you over, which for me was exciting.
So they didn't
But-
really pay you in cash.
No, that was just invite to travel. You know, I think that was some sort of exchange of a thing, you know, which is also plays a really, really big role, because when you start traveling, you see more people, you have more access, more things to do, more people know it, you know, in the long run. But I think that was, I don't remember, he was my first gig.
Yeah, but Eddie, I want to know exactly when they
think it
actually
was-
paid you cash.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when nobody pays cash. That's the myth.
Cash meaning they paid you.
Oh,
money.
they do pay cash in Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan.
They do?
Yeah, they do pay in cash.
It's a great
still.
country, man.
Yeah, still paying cash. But I'm not sure. Are we covering? It was me and Danny. I think we were covering in Madrid, Bacardi Legacy Finals.
Okay.
I think we got paid there.
Okay.
I think we got paid there. Some other ones.
So it's less than 10 years ago.
Yeah. So that was like, and then we had a business consultant. And we had a business consultant. He negotiated us a contract. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember when we started. Okay, before the big contract, we had like a trial contract. You know.
So it was two parties, you and the brand.
Yeah, it was me. When me and Danny was working, so we tried to monetize everything. But I remember we got a contract with the brand. You know, like a trial one, like a test flight.
Uh-huh.
And we did it. And how much money was landed in my account? I think we got like paid for, I don't know, 5 months or something, for 5 months work, and you know, to help to do social media, some content. And then I think got like 30 grand landed to my bank account.
That's something, isn't it?
Man, I didn't see that sort of money.
As a first gig,
Fuck,
that's
man.
something, isn't
I
it?
didn't. It's not a first gig, but it's like, I'm talking about, I don't count. Gigs are not like, gigs, I'll always say gigs are just pocket money.
But this was as a social media consultant for another
It's
page.
not consultant. It was like we were working for a brand and creating a content.
On which page?
On Cocktails for You.
Okay, great. Okay, good. That's a lot of money, man.
That time, yeah.
Even today, 30K, it's a lot. Well, it depends on the amount of work you need to put
Yeah,
in.
but I
That's it.
work. Yeah, but that time was 5 months. For 5 months and doing things. Considering when you have a full
But
time
listen,
job.
I don't know how in touch you are with the Italian reality, but in Italy, 30K, it's a year's salary for some bartenders.
Yeah, but you have to divide
Actually-
that. You have to divide that 30K into 5 months. Divide for 2 people, and then
Right.
you have to write it off expense. How much is it going to cost you to get a content? It's like what's left with that 30K. But the feeling that you got a 30K, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, of course.
it was a great feeling.
That's somebody values your work that much, that pays you.
Yeah, I paid off my car loan.
And not only your car loan, I hope.
Oh,
I think up to today you paid quite a few things, didn't you?
yeah, a lot of toys.
A lot of toys.
Yeah.
You really into toys, or is just the champagne talking now?
I love gadgets.
Yeah?
I love technology.
All
I
right.
love gadgets, love technology, and you know.
So you've been talking about Danny
Mhm.
Nevsky. He was also working as a bartender.
Yeah, we were competing against each other in Martini Grand Prix in global finals.
All right, and that's where you met.
Yeah, that's where we met. We started chatting, and then I think he was about to leave his job. He was in Amsterdam. I think he was working in Tales and Spirits, and at the time he said, all right, let's maybe start work together, because I needed another person, whatever. And Danny went the project called Vagabond. When he goes like, I think he did 10 months, and 1 month in each country working. So you go
Okay.
for 1 month in a country, work in a bar for free, just for food and living
Mhm.
as the experience. It was a Vagabond project.
That's a hell of an experience.
So that's where we start working.
And what was it exactly that made you go like, okay, because you were looking for someone, right?
It's not really looking for someone, but it was like Cocktails for You that time. I think he had like on Facebook like 250K followers, and he was growing, like really, really growing. So I needed someone. Needed fresh air, needed more people.
So
No,
at that time, it was still Facebook.
yeah. It was Facebook, which is like growing, like really, really, and was like, I was still bartending. Like I says, I met in a Martini Grand Prix in a cocktail competition, but I needed a team. We needed to monetize
And
it.
was there something in particular about him or his philosophy or his approach that made you go like, okay, he's the guy?
I think we clicked. We
All
just clicked. You know, sometimes you meet the people and you just clicked. So
In percentage, what kind of impact do you think he had on the success of the platform?
I think he's definitely, because it was a different approach. I think it was more helpful to get into the industry because Danny had a lot of contacts, a lot of people. So it was like more like, I think was what would really helped. We went from online to the real life to offline.
Right.
That was more impactful. So I think when Danny came in, it was like a really cool thing because he made an announcement, joining Cocktails for You. So we went actually online was really big. But now I'd say like this, from that time, I think from that time we started working on our faces. It was like, it wasn't just online, it was Cocktails for You, Eddie and Danny. You know, it's more like you can actually see, you can actually start seeing more who is behind it.
Right. Because I remember once you were telling me that since he joined, then you started doing more like physical, actual trips.
Yeah,
And
we started doing, because then we were more present offline, more brands, more involvement, more things, like, you know, because Cocktails for You was growing, but nobody knew who's behind it. And that was a really cool thing. Helped.
Interesting, man. When did you make the switch to Instagram?
I don't know. I had an account.
I don't need you to tell me the
No. I had an account. I had an account already, but it was already account was not rolling at a full-time potential. Like, you know, just this, but it was just, I don't know. I think when Instagram started booming, when everyone was on Instagram. So when everyone was on Instagram, so we just did it, and then we just started posting 4 times a day.
Right.
4 times a day.
That's a lot, huh?
What was this? Sharing other bars and bartenders cocktails, you know, like supporting community and everything. And that clicked really well. We went like in followers, we went really up quick, and it was really good.
Yeah, you were also doing, there was a year or two maybe where you were doing an insane amount of traveling, the two of you.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I think
what was the most of traveling days you had in a single year?
The year before COVID, like we did over 100 flights a year.
100 flights a year?
Yeah, so that's me.
Each or in total?
Danny still did additional trips. So I remember that time, I think I was on the road 280 days. And Danny that time was over 300 days on the road.
Man, that's almost every single day in a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of travel.
How does that affect your mental state?
Good.
Only good?
Oh, fucking man, we start making money.
For sure, man. But
work hard. Work hard,
play hard.
Work hard, play hard. It was the beginning.
I knew you were gonna say that.
No, but man, it's the beginning.
So you were excited.
It's like when
it
was only starting to make. We only starting to monetize, only starting making the money, and people wants to do guest shifts. Yeah, you can say no, but man, you know our industry.
Yeah.
People come and go.
Yeah.
Brands come and go. If they give you, you take it. Like I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to mention names," but they say, "Oh, I don't want to do guest shifts now. Everyone is inviting me, and you know, blah 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 blah." I says, "Man, that can change very quick. There's a 1 year if everyone is inviting you, the next year will be nobody. That can change very quick in our industry."
So Danny had a massive impact, right? And then after a few years, you guys part ways. And I remember in that period, and I would like you to explain a little more and clarify this, there was a rumor going around that you guys had an argument or a fight, and that's why you part ways. And I know that's not true.
No. We used to have a normal arguments, you know.
Of course.
Whether we fuck man, we spent 300 days a day. You know what I mean? We had each other's back covered. You know what I mean? Like I could depend him on everything, and that was like, you know, we had each other's back no matter what. I don't know. We don't really see Danny decide to go separate ways, but also I think we were burnt out. But also I think it was nobody knew also COVID is coming. You know, so but we didn't fall out. We didn't really. I think we had I think after the separation we have a couple quiet years between each other, because like, you know, people. When you spend a lot of time together, sometimes as people needs a little break, just a reset, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, but no, there was no like falling out and then.
But were you still in a
separating.
good
Actually,
relationship with him, right?
Yeah. You can call him now.
We'll call him later.
Just have to say, Danny, just say hello to podcast. We're talking about you.
Yes.
If he's going to answer. Actually, he's really good for answering a phone. Wait 1 second.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Closer to the mic.
It has to be like on purpose. No answer. What time is it now?
1:30.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to the time.
Well, we failed on that bit.
We failed, but we tried. Okay. How many followers does the platform currently have on Instagram?
567,000.
567,000. Let's round it up and say 500,000.
You just write off 87,000. It's like nothing.
No. So let's say over half
It's like
million followers. Right?
It's like a half a festival.
But that's nothing
Turnover.
for you, man. That's nothing for you. 60K followers, you make that in 2 Instagram stories. That's nothing for you. So 500,000 followers, starting from a simple diary.
Yeah, and on Facebook,
Now,
on
on
Facebook, it's 1.3 million.
On Facebook is 1.3 million.
Yeah.
You see, why do people not know about that? Because everybody thinks it's only Instagram.
Yeah, because
I
generation.
thought it was only Instagram.
Yeah, but just a generation.
No, but my
Now it's-
generation is the Facebook generation, and I thought it was only Instagram.
Well, here it is. You weren't ready then.
That's right. I wasn't ready. So the platform, it's fair to say that it evolved massively with time. It changed in
Of course.
everything. Even, I guess, the quality of the videos, the approach, the way you work with brands. So how did you evolve with the platform? Because I guess there was a change, right? You became a better businessman, a better content creator,
Man,
better storyteller.
of course, man. I learned so much. I learned so much. I went from the bartender, passion bartender, competition winner, all of that. But then I'd say during all these years, I've become professional photographer. Should I say entrepreneur? Yeah, well, now considering
If
working.
you want to be fancy, sure.
No, but it was sad. Like I said, now I'm working, like I says, I'm working with Thomas Henry. I have a cocktails for you as my own brand, and then I launched the whiskey as well. So I know it's a lot. I learned a lot, man, because considering is like I was always behind the bar, sort of things. I have to learn a lot of things. How to work with the brands, learn so much about marketing, proposal, like everything.
Did you? Because I want to get into the professional side of this for sure. Super interesting. But I want to know on a human level, how did you evolve with the platform? Because the thing is, doing the job you do, you are a lot on social media, of course, but you're also a lot in contact with people and different kinds of people, So is there anything in particular that you learned over these years as the platform evolved on a human level about people?
Still, I don't know.
Go ahead, take it in for
I
us.
don't know. I'm just trying to think. With the platform platform grew, and I grew myself. I learned so much. I'm so thankful because of traveling and experience and everything. I did really evolve so much. But the one thing what I learned while traveling, growing, is just try to stay authentic. Because when you're
Is that
authentic, I think when you're authentic, people accept you who you are, or they don't accept you. But then
and it's a win for you either way.
But you don't have to pretend or try to please anyone. This is who you are, and that's it. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
I learned as well, man. I learned as well to try to be a nicer person,
Okay.
because I'm sometimes like I could be the loudest person in the room, but sometimes I'm shy. Sometimes when I come in a group of people, I just listen conversation. But then I'll always learn and look from Remy Savage. If you ever see him, group of people coming over, Remy will be the first person who will introduce us and, hello, how are you? My name is Remy. Really nice to see you. And it's like I was like fascinated about it. You know what I mean? Man, just to be nice, but like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're always surrounded with people, always people that everything, sometimes you forget about it. So now I'm always trying, if I still not really good at it, but like if I see surrounded people, try to introduce myself, or that thing.
Do you do it because you want to, or do you do it?
You're nicer.
Or do you do it because you want people to view you?
No. I want to be, because sometimes I feel, sometimes unconsciously you don't do it because you're just standing, you're used to it. But when you see from other side what people do, is a nice thing to do. You know, it's not like I'm doing just to make sure people like. It is actually a nice thing to do to introduce yourself. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, I don't know, some people sometimes can draw a wrong image about you without knowing you. You know, sometimes
Yes.
you can go and don't say someone hello and they would draw you maybe, you know, oh, this guy's just, you know.
What you said, it's such a big truth. Stay authentic. It's also a massive cliche because anybody is like salt and pepper. Anybody can throw that word on anything, right? So my question to you is it easier said than done?
Yeah, of course. Easier said than
Because
done.
anybody can
Yeah,
throw
you,
that word
yeah, you
authenticity.
think it's easy, but most of the time in a moment you will forget things. I think it has to become a habit. You have to get used to become a habit, and then when you get it, then it's
Meaning you need to start paying attention
paying
to it,
attention
and then
to
you
the
need to
things. Yeah.
start applying
Yeah, of course.
the approach. Interesting. Eddie, listen,
I'm listening.
are you looking at, and then I want to talk about the whiskey as well. Looking at the generation of bartenders today versus yesterday, not literally yesterday,
Yeah.
that's, you know, this old school versus new school, whatever that means. Bartenders today, they have, well, basically all informations available at their fingertip on how to manage and be successful on social medias. You know, you can talk to people, you can get a course, you can basically only if you just analyze the market and everything is there. You just log into Instagram, check, I don't know, 50, 100 of the best accounts in whatever niche you're in. I don't know, fermentation or cocktails or distillation or spirit, whatever. You just analyze it and see, okay, what are the videos that work? What is the content that works? What is the content that doesn't work, right? Essentially, as I said before, you have all the informations available at your fingertips. And yet, there are many people, many professionals who are actually succeeding at their social media game. And yet, there is a big chunk of people who are not. So, my question to you is it laziness or is it because back in the day when you started, you didn't have these many tools available?
Yeah, but I didn't know how to do it. Don't forget, for me, it was a learning process.
Meaning you weren't lazy.
It's depend. It's like I don't know. It's like, you know what I mean. It's also like also trying to understand when social media is not for everyone as well. You know,
No,
you,
but
you
but
can be good things and to do like, you know.
but if you're trying to build a name for yourself, right? It is the main thing.
Well, is a part of a tool.
Is the number one thing if you want to build a name for
And if you
yourself.
can't do it yourself, and you outsource someone to help you,
But for that you need money, right? You need
or favors,
sources. Or favors.
you can still be
That's good.
you can still be good at something else.
Right.
There's some people good in photography, some people good in design, you know, some people good in good advices on how to, you know, things. You can always exchange that, you know. That's really, really common. Like, you know, how do you call in professional way you say services to services. In a bartending way you'll say favors, you know. If I help you there, you know, it's
No, but we're still. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say I'm a bartender who is trying to learn how to make a Negroni. Yes. In 2025, right? And in front of me, I have my iPhone with a video tutorial on how to make a Negroni, and then I have all my ingredients next to me and all the glassware and equipment and ice, right? And I still fail at doing it well. Basically, I have everything at reach.
If
you
a
know?
person, I'm not gonna lie to you, if a person fail to do fucking Negroni, you know, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
No, but that's my point, right? Meaning you have all the tools available to succeed at social media. And then now success looks different for everybody, right? And yet you complain that it isn't working for you.
Yeah, do you know why?
Why is that?
Because it's easier to complain than try.
That's right.
I don't know, man. It's like,
So laziness.
it's do you know there's also think when you don't have it, there was so much more motivation to get it. Where's no information, where's no things, where's no tools or whatever, you're more motivated. Do you have that sort of thing when you wanted something, you're motivated because you don't have it? You know, how are you going to motivate a younger generation who has everything, with everything sit there? You have to have that a little bit of hunger to do it. Something, there has to be something why you want to do it. because there's no. Like I remember myself. I didn't have a shit, I have to look at the books, look at this and this and this. But that was motivation. That was when I was doing the cocktail competitions, my motivation, because I wanted to win them one day. And I was getting better. And the best thing what I learned from a cocktail competition was it's not competing. I remember every time I compete and lose a competition,
Yeah, you learn how to
I
lose.
learned so much more that day. I was like, for me, it was like a best thing to do cocktail competition. You know why? Because I will learn where I fail or what I need to fix. And I knew if I do enough competitions, eventually I'm gonna start winning them.
You touched upon a super, super relevant, modern, and interesting topic. I have a school, right? I
Yes.
teach WSET courses. In my 4 years with the school now, almost 4 years, yes, I I had a lot of people coming to the classroom, and at some point I did encounter one or two people who apparently wanted to pursue this profession. However, they needed a bit of motivation. Now, I got a feeling when I was talking to these people that they were looking for that motivation from me. And I started a thought process when this happened. I was like, okay, should I help them out or not? Of course, by default, I always want to help out, right? It's just who I am. Because I always think, okay, what if I were in that situation myself? I would want someone to help out. But then the way these people spoke to me made me understand that, well, if there is something you want to do and you want me to give you the motivation, which is the driving force of success, or one of the driving forces of success, and you want me to give it to you, you want me to convince you why you should educate yourself to succeed at whatever it is you want to do, then you don't deserve success in the first place. You should be motivated yourself. If you lack the motivation and you want me to give it to you, then you just got it all wrong.
See, maybe
Am I being too harsh?
no, but maybe sometimes people do things they don't know what they want. But
But in
sometimes
this case, these guys, they knew what they
so
wanted.
sometimes we go to try. Sometimes you go and try things. You know what I mean? Try to things how is it going, and that's why it comes. Think you try a few different things to try to find yourself in things. If people go and we look for motivation more, think maybe we shouldn't pass it over because it's just a waste of time. Because if you're already
That's my point.
if you're already
Right.
if you're already sort of in a hit the wall, just because you do few extra, it's still gonna be hit the wall, and you're gonna start something else. So, but again,
No, but this connects with what we were talking about earlier about social media, right? Because again, you have everything available to you to succeed at whatever you want to do, actually, not only in bartending or social media, anything. And yet, people still sit there and complain after that they've done nothing to fix whatever it is that they were trying to fix.
I always
Does
say,
that make sense?
yeah, I always say to the seminars, right? When I do a seminar, got social media, and I say, you can have all the tools. I can give you tips what works. You can do it if you want to grow, but you also can do it if you don't want to. But I tell you one thing. I always say, if you're not going to do it, someone else will. And that's the really, really the thing, because you can always have a choice, A or B. But you always have to remember, if you're not going to do it, there's someone else going to be doing it. And if someone else going to be doing it, someone going to be else better than you. You know what I mean? Because someone is putting more work, more effort in it. And then you can say, oh, why this person? You know what I mean?
Yep. Eddie, I don't know if you remember, but when we had our phone call some time ago, I asked you to review my Instagram account, right? And then give me some tips live.
Mhm.
You do that?
Yeah.
No. You did?
Yeah.
You did? What are some tips for me to improve my social media game?
I have to say in the podcast,
Yes.
delete account.
Yes. Delete the account.
I don't know, like, my personal opinion, your
Yes.
social media is all about education.
Yeah.
All right. But is education enough to capture the time of a viewer? Like I told you earlier today, there's like sometimes before evening, I like to watch before sleep or something. watch some videos or something like that, and sometimes they come up really cool education stuff, but it's like it's just too heavy to watch. With the cocktails for you, also we find educate, entertain, inspire. Then if you can cover all these three bits, because with the cocktails for you, I find out with education, it used to be very, very hard to do educate people because it seems to be everyone just want to have a fun. You know what I mean? So with the cocktails for you, before we used to have just like a strategy else we call it shit sandwich, you know? So when I say shit sandwich, you have a
Yeah.
entertain, inspire, and in the middle educate. You know what I mean? If you look at this contest, so you implement, so that's when you can implement your strategy and etc. But you have to figure out when you want to just to educate, you know what I mean? It's a cool thing. The people is going to follow you and your content, and actually people who's interested in to learn things.
So you're telling me basically add an element of entertainment.
It can be inspiring. You know what I mean? It's like you always educate, right? You always educate about the spirits and everything. Think, what about inspiring? Inspiring people to try the new things. Inspiring people, take whatever you take your knowledge you have and try and inspire to try something at home because it sounds really cool. Like, have you ever had these kind of things? Like, I used to watch when I did a photography, right? I used to watch photography videos of where people do things, but I used to watch some photography videos who inspire me to take my camera at nighttime and try some style of photography. I've never done it before.
Right.
So it's still different, but it might be not the same level as I've seen it, but inspiring can bring you to think. Entertaining. You probably know, I've actually noticed a little bit. Oh, I forgot his name. I think he's on TikTok even. Whiskey Barry? Have you heard him?
Yeah.
The guy talks about whiskey.
Yes.
And even he's really serious. He knows everything about Irish whiskies, about everything. But if you look, he has that element.
Spoiler, nobody knows everything.
Yeah. So, but he's like,
Yeah, he's good.
but he has some videos to start do more fun. He has a like really, really educational thing, you know what I mean? And blah, blah, blah. But when he just with the same voice thing, he just throw a bit of a fun part of it.
So the secret is entertainment.
It has to, well, that's what people say, I think.
Because that's what keeps them watching, right?
You know, it's just, you have to,
I guess the question is how do you how do I make my educational content entertaining? That's the question without losing my authenticity. Right?
yeah, well, what is your goal as well? I always say is, if you already have your goal and vision, you have to stick with it. In the long run, you will know if you fail or succeed. You know what I mean?
Look, there was and we spoke about this. So there was a video I made on Facebook, funny enough, last year or 2 years ago, and it was a video I basically made where I was just commenting on another creator's videos.
Oh,
This guy basically is super famous. He goes, I think he's based in US. He goes around some of the fanciest restaurants and bars, and he orders the most expensive thing, you know, the most expensive cognacs and whiskeys and so on, and then he asks the bartender to make a cocktail with it. You know,
remember? Feed the hater.
so I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm going to comment on this video, right? And then I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. And then after 6 or 7 months on Facebook, I started getting a lot of notifications, and it was about that video. He got 1.3 million views or something like that, and so many comments. And 80% of the comments are people just hating on my English because I'm Italian, and as people do, you know, they comment on my English, and they were hating on me and on the guy and whatever, right? And it went viral, and I was like, okay, you know, maybe that's the secret, right? Maybe I should do more of this. But then I got to think, I was like, okay, it's not really my style.
But that's
I just tried to do it for fun, right?
Yeah.
For me, it was all about fun, even though I look serious. But so the question for you is, would you advise me to do more of those?
Well, how'd you do?
Or-
Well, it's how you're gonna do strategy, yours. You know what I mean? Do you want to have a more reach? Do you want to reach a more audience? You know what I mean? It's only changing your perspective, or how'd you call it, if you change your entire content to it. But if you make these kind of videos to keep more entertaining, you know what I mean, to broad your more audience and more things to your account, because at the moment, like what we talked earlier, it's so hard to get now following, you know, with everything. But with all these reach, you will have some positive as well, with people coming in and just, you know, it depends what you want out of it. You know what I mean? If you want to grow, you want a more reach, more presence and everything, of course, that's the part of the tool of the game. Because, you know what I mean? It's the market is so fucked up, you know? It doesn't work the way we want it to work, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So you just have to treat it as a tool. At the end of it, if the result is matter for you, if you're happy with the result, how it works, you know? Or you can always try to find other ways. But at least you know this way worked.
Maybe implementing AI into spirits education could be a way to make it more entertaining.
It's only one way to find out, you know?
To actually do it.
Just to do it and just to see.
Thank you. That was a valuable advice. But Eddie, going back to Cocktails for You, if Cocktails for You disappeared tomorrow, what would Eddie do?
Oh, it happened last year. It happened last year to me.
What do you mean it happened last?
But I have it. My Cocktails for You was blocked for 8 months, and on Instagram.
Why was it blocked?
It was so many fucked up. One of the agencies been blackmailing me with the content. I had a content when I had a consent to share it, and then I took exactly the same video and reshared it 2 years after. And there's online there's a lot of agencies who see the viral videos, and they offer people to copyright services. And if people consent, yes, they actually can. If they see video online, they can claim on a person's behalf. So I got a claim, and then agency asked me for it was literally long shit story, but because of that, if you go now on Cocktails for You, every single piece of content is mine. You know, no more bullshit.
Means you own the rights.
I have all content, I have all the rights, and then I say, man, I don't want to do reshare over videos, even if a bartender send me. It's just I went through the 8 months to such a shit show, you know. But to answer to your question, I'm still Eddie, even if there's no social media.
No, but what would you do?
Man, I will still do exactly the same what I did last year.
Launched the whiskey.
I launched the whiskey. I worked with Thomas Henry. We still did a lot of cool stuff without a social media.
You do other things, for Cocktails for You.
Yeah,
right?
so we still traveled. So the Cocktails for You was offline. So we still did the seminars. You know, we still did the seminars. We were presented in the bar shows. You know what I mean? Was always present.
Do you work as a consultant for any brands on social medias?
No. I'm consulting one of my business partner now. He has a bar to certain things, you know. But I don't know. I say like we share my experience, or
Okay, so you will still be Eddie, still doing your things offline.
yeah, because I have a
Do you think you will lose track? I mean, if Cocktails for You disappears tomorrow, right? Then all of a sudden, because you are Eddie, but you are Eddie from Cocktails for You, right?
I learned a lot of things in the previous year, but also launched the seminar how I made the brands to pay for my champagne. And one of the reasons was
So repeat the title of the
how I made the brands to pay for my champagne.
Okay.
And actually, it was a seminar to dive into personal branding,
There you go. Okay.
how to define yourself, personal branding, your name, think. And then even when I had a social media seminar, we call it from Cocktails for You social media, from 0 to 0. How to navigate your online presence, and you cannot depend on social media, and then break it down who you are without a social media. And exactly the same with the bars. You know, I mean, you just back to the basic. If you have a really successful social media account in the bar, and no more social media tomorrow, you still have a bar. So you have a people, just have to find a way. So it was a lot of things to learn. So if that was the first time that Cocktails for You was blocked after 12 years, I don't believe you're going to see in the next 12 years happening, because I think I learned a lot out of it.
Interesting. Why did you start a whiskey? I mean, let me rephrase the
all right,
question. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
Well,
now,
okay, I have 3 business partners, right? In total.
on the whiskey.
No, 3 of us in total.
On the whiskey.
Yeah, on a whiskey.
Okay.
3 of us in total. One of them, he owns a distillery.
Mhm.
He already have loads of whiskey, and he was also keen to work with me because, you know, network and everything. I wanted to do whiskey 4 years ago or something like that. And then I look at it, how hard you have to work
Yeah.
to make €5. Like really, like if you sell a bottle, you make €5.
Yeah.
Giuseppe,
Some cases even less.
how long does it take to sell a bottle of whiskey that one sits on the shelf? If it's not on the cocktail menu, weeks? So here we go. How many bars? How many?
Depends on the whiskey, but yes.
Yeah, but if you're not in a, it's really hard. So I scrapped that idea, and then another business partner friend says, let's make a whiskey. I was wiggly, and it says, okay, fuck it, let's do it. You know, and I think while we start working on it slowly, I think that's when I become ready for it. You know, really become ready for it, and
I don't think you're ready for it until you actually do it, man.
that's actually good. I think because I think the moment was actually start doing things. It's also new experience.
Yeah.
Which is I found it really cool, challenging, but it's also made me grow as a person in other directions, which is a really enjoying. It's like
So okay, what is this whiskey without mentioning the name? Because we can't.
okay,
But what is it, and what's your role in it?
it's Irish whiskey. So I'm a co-owner. It's called as maybe creative director. You know, a face representative. You know, it's you've seen it.
I've tasted it.
Yeah. So we went from bottle from scratch, cool cork or design. We wanted a good liquid. We wanted a competing liquid. When I say competing liquid, there's like in Ireland, in the last 5 years, about 70 maybe distilleries opened, and everything is closing down because nobody fucking wanted to pay €70 for 5-year-old whiskey. You know, so we want to make sure whatever you do is competitive in pricing, and you know, so we can actually use it. So that was the idea, to have a good premium whiskey, good liquid for a good price.
It's a rum cask finish.
Yeah, man, it's
Typical Irish whiskey distilled three
Yeah.
times.
yeah, rum cask finish. Because you know, man, if you look in a whiskey, and if you want to create a product, it's pretty much you have like a lot of points. You know, it's like I think like a triangle. You know, it's a literally triangle. You take from one corner, you put in there like if you want a beautiful bottle. You know, you have to take from the whiskey money.
That's
you
right.
know, you want to give you have a good quality whiskey or good liquid. Then you take something. Budget never change. Yeah,
Unless-
you just moving money. You know, from a corner. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unless you have money to waste,
yeah, in case you have the money to waste, and then is a.
then you have
So
fun.
yeah, it's a new journey. We have no investors, so that's cool. Full creative freedom to do whatever we want. You know, our fail, our success. If I fail it in 2 years, I'll tell
Are
you.
you into Irish whiskey yourself?
I wouldn't be like I like Irish whiskey because I don't like Scotch or anything peaty. I like.
Scotch doesn't have to be peaty.
It doesn't have to be peaty, but majority is
A
With-
a lot of it, a big part of it.
a big part of it, and also is because I'm in Ireland, I was always surrounded with Irish whiskey, so it was not like I'm always get you know, and in a Scotch or thing. But sometimes I do like a sip, chill, nice sip, or go in the pub, having a beer and a chaser. You know,
Easy.
yeah, but it's not like I will be like, you know, smashing whiskey like I do with the bubbly.
What's your predictions for this brand? Are you hoping to make it big in the next?
I don't know, man.
Because for these brands, that's a long time investment, a long term.
I know, man. I'm putting my time, my soul, my energy. Best thing is I'm serious about it. I know it has to put the work in it, and then time will show. I don't want to make predictions or whatever. Think I'll.
But these spirits brands, I mean, when you start a brand like this, it's usually
Man, it's,
20 years.
man, at the end of the day, it's a business. You know, at the end of the day, this is a business, and the target is to make it profitable. You know, you can say it's a passion. You know, but try to pay for rent with passion. You know, it's like you have to think, you have to grow. The only thing I can say now, you know, time will show.
Just to close this, there is a series of Q&As, just quick fire,
Okay.
you know, questions and answers.
Yes,
ready?
yes. No, Hilton.
Okay, all right. What is the thing bartenders get wrong about social media today?
Everything.
Give me one.
In the first place, honestly, when they do social media, they don't even know why they're doing it. They sort of have an idea what they do in it, what they like, you know what I mean? But they don't even know what they do in it. Because I always say to the people, man, before you start your social media,
Understand who you are and who you want to
I always say, before you start social media, ask 3 things: why, who, and what. So why you doing it, for who you doing it, and what you're doing it. When you're gonna break down just the 3 serious questions, you will have at least a little idea Because when you ask people, say, yeah, I'm going to make a bartending page about myself and I'm going to do this, give me more details. Yeah. No, just tell me what you're going to do. Because otherwise they create a picture, put a profile picture, something, and then they have out of idea. So I think just asking yourself these 3 questions, who, what, and why, can help you define what is going to be your social media look at it. And then when you know actually how is your social media look at it, it's so much easier to do something, work on it. Because when you already know who is for what you need to do, you just have to execute it. Photography, content, or etc. But if you do without a plan, without knowing, just the sake of creating one, just waste the time.
Then you're just running around like a
So
blind
I
chicken.
think to answer to your question, I think a lot of bartenders, they think they know, but they actually don't. You just have to have that a little idea.
Interesting. Okay. What was the most amount of money Cocktails for You has ever made in a single year?
I'd say about, don't know exact number, but we're probably
You know the exact number.
don't know exact number. I have to go to look into the invoices and everything, but I think I'd say so about maybe 300 grand
Pounds,
euros.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that was a lot of
That's
work.
a lot of money for a guy who started in a turkey factory.
Yeah, man, it was like,
The average salary in Europe is like what, 50,000 euros a year?
yeah,
That's 60. That's the average.
man. When you travel 300 days a year, no sleep.
What's your relationship with money?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Give me a serious answer.
Well, I like to make them. I like to spend them.
Yes, but you think?
I'm not attached to it.
Okay.
No, I'm not attached. I think with the years, I'm more.
Would you consider yourself greedy?
No. I'm easy. I would be actually too easy. I don't mind if I go with friends with the dinner and I wouldn't mind even paid for it. I don't have a bad feeling about it.
You never bought me dinner.
Well, we never went for dinner.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
We never went
You
for
never
dinner.
invited me.
Well,
See, we can go back and forth here.
there you go.
All I know, tonight you're buying dinner. That's all I know.
There you go. Jimmy's?
I'm vegan, man. I'm vegan.
Man,
I'm cheap. Grass.
yeah, well,
and tomatoes.
vegan,
Easy.
100% grass-fed beef. So yeah, I think it's a substantial amount of money in that particular year, but it was a substantial amount of
You
work.
remember what you did with this money?
Yeah,
Can you say it?
yeah, of course. Well, what I did, spent. No, it was a lot of things.
How?
Well, there's a lot of over expense. Like when people think about a business, right? It's not the 300 grand what went to my pocket.
There you go.
It's a money what the business take. And just to break it down to the people who actually see that 300, like, ooh, there's a X amount goes to the tax. Then there's X amount to go to personal tax. And then when you cash it out to pay yourself, there's a lot of things to go. And then ability is, the thing is when we travel, we film, we basically taking the videos and pictures, equipment. To have ability to have equipment and all these things, that costs money. Man, like a lot of people say, like,
Can you give me in percentage? Let's say out of 1,000 euros you invoice, right? How much of that is actual expenses in order to do the job you have to do to invoice 1,000 euros?
I actually know.
Is it high or low?
It depends.
Right.
It's depends.
The biggest cost is what? The videographer and the editing and stuff.
No, my time.
That's your time.
No, what's the biggest cost? I don't even like. You have to have a value, your time, your energy, and everything. Because a lot of people say, okay, as example is you can charge €1,000 for a guest shift, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, that's a lot of money for a guest shift, right? Nobody counts it up. It will take you at least 3 days.
Yeah.
At least 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm not talking, if you're doing masterclass and everything, you still need a preparation and everything. And then you realize it turned out nearly 5 days of work.
Yeah, it's many hours.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's like, yeah, it's get easier when you do many of them and plenty of them or something like that. It gets easier, but like, I don't know. I never thought of it, and even I have my yearly wages, roughly, which keeps me happy. You know what I mean? And the rest of it is just a
So
business.
you also got a family, a house,
Yeah.
a whole shebang of
Yes,
things.
yeah.
Right.
So it's don't know. It's what you do with it.
You still live in Ireland, right?
Yeah.
In a small town.
I live in a small town, so I have a house. Apartment, couple cars. So
couple of cars.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Not even one, a couple of cars.
Well, it's a family.
What's the hardest part about turning a passion into a business?
What's the hardest part? Turning passion into business. To monetize it.
What makes it hard?
Monetize it.
Yeah, what,
So
what
you
makes
take a
the
passion,
monetization
turn it
hard?
to business, and then you get the money out of the end of it. Because to monetize, you have to product. You have to have a product, right?
Mhm.
And just you
Or
have
a
to,
service.
or sales. Well, it's a product.
Sure.
Even if your service, it's still going to be a product,
Mhm.
and then you have to sell that product. Without the sales, we don't have money.
So what's the hardest part about doing it? Why do you think so many people still fail at it?
A lot of like in our
Because,
industry,
sorry, Eddie, let's be honest, right?
work.
If
You're
anybody,
talking working with alcohol industry in a thing.
I think in general, I think if anybody could turn their passion into a business, the world would be a better place, wouldn't it?
All right. A lot of bartenders think, well, I cannot depend, but a lot of people think if I'm going to do guest shift or something like that, this is what I'm meant to get to ping, and this is my service I provide. Right? Who pays for a guest shift? Usually the sponsorships and the brands.
Yeah.
What did the brands want from that? So a lot of people think, oh, it's because me and exposure. No, the brand's looking for value. So what value you give to the brand by coming over doing this event? If you don't know what value to give to that brand, then you answer why nobody's sponsoring.
Very
it.
good. So we get to the bottom of this, right? So what you're saying, let me see if I get this right. I'll translate it in simple terms. The reason it is hard to turn a passion into a business is because people usually think about what they can get out of things instead of what they contribute.
Yeah, a lot of people think brands
Yeah.
just throw money for fun. There's so much more to it. There's a reason why there's so many people work behind these brands.
Man, I need to tell you this now. I have had, so I have a friend of mine. She's great. She's from Napoli as well. And she now left her hometown, her village, to experience the world a bit. And she's my age. And I remember we had a super interesting conversation where she was like, when she was still back home, her name is Juicy. I was like, Juicy, what's going on? And she told me how she was upset about the fact that she's still earning, this was a few years ago, she was still earning the same money as an employee in the same company as she was earning when she was 20, right? So basically 9-10 years before that. And she was like, how is this possible? Only in this place. They never raised the salary. I'm still earning the same money. And then I was like, yes, but during these 9-10 years,
What
have you contributed anything extra, anything more to the company? Right? That makes the company go like, okay, now we're getting more value. Maybe we should raise our salary. So have you thought about what you have been doing for the company? Have you gained any new skill sets? Have you learned a new language? Have you basically gained anything extra that allows this company to make more profit so they can pay you more money? And she was like, no, I didn't. I was like, well,
There you go.
here you go. What do you think about this?
Well, that's it.
You think that's what you were trying to say, right?
You know what's the best? You have to invest money in yourself because nobody will.
Right.
People can tell, they can do this. You have to do it yourself. You just because you get that extra pairs of skills, like you say, contribute your work is not always going to lead you're going to get more money. But it's investment in yourself. You're going to become better. And then when you have this extra set of skills is if your employee doesn't want to raise your money, you can always change it, but you always need to grow. You always need to be able to offer something more than everyone else is.
I think it's already difficult to make money when you do have the skills and you do everything right. It's already difficult. Imagine when you don't,
There's like, I understand now, like there is a lot of businesses struggling as well.
Yep.
To be able to pay wages to the thing, you know what I mean? Like I tell you guys, every businessman would love to have a business who makes loads of money and can pay loads of money to the employees. That's everyone's dream. But it doesn't work like that easy, But it's like, as I always say, as a person, you're in charge of your own success, and how much time you're gonna put, how much you're gonna grow. That's the output you're gonna get. You know.
And talking about brands, actually, I'm glad you said that. What's is there something that bartenders still don't understand about working with brands?
Yeah.
What is it?
They approach a brand without knowing a brand.
Right. Okay.
Man, it's like, before you approach a brand, knows at least read about a brand. How many people come in and approach a brand they have know nothing about it? You know, it's like, even myself, I have people contact me, Eddie, and says, would you love to do guest shift? You're already working with this kind of mixer and it's like a wrong brand. I says, man, for the last 4 years I'm working with Thomas Henry. Oh yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Man, I've been 4 years working and you can see it everywhere. And how you want me to take you seriously when you approach me and tell me you didn't do any research before you approach? You want me with something, with a brand I work with, to come to do event at your place, and you don't even know the brand name, you know? Would you hire anyone who comes in and do that sort of a silly mistake?
No, it's not a great first approach. That's for sure.
No, if you go something, you know, if you want to go move for you, at least you have to put a little bit of input. You just need, man, it doesn't need much. Like me and you know, you can spend 3, 5, 4 minutes just to read about it.
Yep.
Just to have it, just to start conversation rolling.
But that's what I was saying before. Information's available at your fingertip.
Yeah.
Do you think social media rewards more quality or quantity? That's a difficult one, huh?
Consistency, and content. Because when you say quality, you're talking about the quality of the content, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or
the quality of the video, the lights, the music.
The first thing is the content.
Like
even if it's a good content, like, even if
the first thing is consistency.
Content. The first, we start with the content. Content is a piece of thing you watch. It can be shit quality, it can be crap, but if it's interesting, you're still gonna watch it, even if it's in a bad shape form. You can always improve the quality with time, but if you're gonna start with a best quality content, but the content itself is gonna be shit, nobody's gonna watch anyway. You know what I mean? If you have a great content and it's crap quality, people still gonna watch it.
But okay, but then when you say consistency, you are talking about quantity as well.
No.
In a way.
No, consistency. So you have to be consistent. So when I say consistent, if you have your social media and everything,
you be successful with posting once a month?
Well, I'd say, it's how fast you want to grow. What is your target?
Okay.
How you want to grow. It's just, with any business, you know what I mean? Even if you're brand ambassador for a certain brand, or you're a salesperson, how much work you're going to put in, how much you're going to get back. You know, I mean, if you're happy enough to do once a month, why not? You know what I mean? You yourself, you know what's the outcome, and also what you can deliver in that month.
Just make sure you do it once a month.
That's if you want it. If it's
once a week, make sure it's once a week.
Yeah, because if any
once a day, make sure it's once a week.
Because when it's consistent, you know what I mean. When it's consistent, that's people constantly, you know what I mean, and going back and see it. You know, I think that's another key. I think content, consistency, and the third one would be. So like that. You know, there's the old saying is, if you can incrementally improve yourself or your content every single day, by the end of a year, you become really good at it. Like, you don't have to make a massive change, but if you do a little change every day, by the end of a year, it's going to become, you know.
Yeah, it's like going to the gym. If one day you lift 10 kilos and then the next day you do 10 and a half, and then, you know, by the end of the year, you'll be lifting 50 kilos. That's right. Now, you build a platform, which is massive. We've been talking about it. What's the most useless advice you've ever received about building and growing a platform?
At the very beginning.
What was it?
Don't do social media. It's not going to work for you.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah, here you go. Here you go.
You remember who said it?
Yeah.
You don't have to say.
I remember.
Was it somebody from the industry?
Oh, yeah.
Is it somebody known?
No.
No. Okay.
Don't do it.
Did you talk to this person afterwards?
Oh yeah. It didn't do a thing, but here you go. Yeah, that's funny. I remember that really, really well.
What did he or she say?
It says like,
When they
oh,
met you
I have
afterwards.
20,000 followers by the time on Facebook or something like
Okay.
that, and says, yeah, don't do it. It's gonna be wasted time. It's like, it's like, and I think, and here we go. 1.8 million, bitch.
Eddie, thank you so much. This was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
I hope you can say the same.
No.
Think about Thank you, man.
No, I enjoy, man. Cheers, thanking you. That was really cool. Sparkling water in the wine glass always helps.
Trial number 2. Is he gonna pick up this time?
It's only one way to find out.
It's only one way to find out.
Hello?
Hey, buddy.
Hey!
Hey! He did pick up.
What's up, guys? What
No, we were just talking about you. So we thought to give you a buzz and see how you're doing.
I was asking him a lot of uncomfortable questions. So he said, you know what? Let's just call him and confirm.
I didn't mention the back door.
He didn't mention it
Yeah,
back there.
listen, that man makes me feel uncomfortable 24/7. I get a call from him, I get nervous. But luckily, I brought security. I just bumped into an airport.
How many push-ups you can do? All of them.
No, but I guess, guys, the million dollar question is this: when you guys split up, did you split up because of an argument or because of other reasons?
He refused to put the toilet down at Thai fat camp, and I couldn't get over it for the second year in a row.
Yes.
Also, we played a game where we had to have this like diuretic tea, and whoever shit first has to buy the other one steak. And I shit first, and I refused to buy him steak. So that was the beginning of the problems.
I see.
There
I
you
see.
go.
That's where everything
Actually,
started.
you actually just remind me. You remind me, man. You own me a steak. Hawks more.
All right. I'm
All right.
gonna make out with my boyfriend.
Thanks, buddy. Bye.
All right. Enjoy. Ciao.